improvements coming. There are some proposals. The one proposal is people freeze right before the rewards and then they unfreeze and sell their coins. So they're kind of trying to game the rewards without having the risk of holding the coin all week.
Cryptoslo, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Cryptoslo with more crypto gains. What's going on, guys? Happy Monday. So, Bitcoin price did not crash overnight. Thank the Lord. What's going on today? Lots going on. We've got the whole CME buzz about filling the gap to 12K, but there's also a gap down. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens this week. I am going to do a little more research on the CME stuff to try to understand it better. I know there's some Reddit posts about what filling the gap is, and I'll do a follow-up video on that talking about it. But basically, the gap is, I think, from what I've read so far, is points where there was like heavy volume, so it creates kind of these like anchor points. And then whichever way the momentum of the financial instrument's going, it basically has a propensity to move towards that anchor up or down. So yeah, so it's something to think about. SNX, oh yeah. So I decided to bite the bullet and you know, just talking about, I talked about it in my other video about how, you know, those whale cells pretty much tank the price of the SNX down into the 70-cent range. And there was a bunch of front runners selling because one of the things that I guess they monitor for is people watch USD volume. So if USD volume spikes up, it's usually a good indicator that someone's getting ready to unfreeze and unload their coins. So there were, when people saw the large amounts of USD going through, some of the people tried to dump their coins as fast as they could. Now, they could buy those coins right back in, especially, I know there's a lot of OTC action going on. So the whales are not making transactions on the exchanges unless they're just trying to dump. They're doing it OTC. So there are improvements coming. There are some proposals. The one proposal is people freeze right before the rewards and then they unfreeze and sell their coins. So they're kind of trying to game the rewards without having the risk of holding the coin all week. So basically they just get it through the snapshot and then they unload. So it creates kind of this pump and dump volume, but I guess there is a proposal to fix that so that it has to be a cumulative snapshot instead of just a second. So, you know, as always with crypto, if people have the chance to game it, they always do. So I think this would be a great improvement to the community. Now, as far as what I did with my collateralization, well, it's a runaway train. You don't want to be stuck. So I bit the bullet, decreased my denominator, which is my debt, paid off about $400 in debt. That brought my SNX up to 850% collateralization. And then I went ahead and stacked some cheap SNX around 79 cents. And I'm glad I did, because this morning it's up to 92 cents. So it's not a ton of volume, but it was definitely a nice pump up. So I made the right decision there. I'm kind of all in on SNX. You know, if this thing takes off and the tokenomics work out and they can solve some of these front runner issues and gaming, I think it has the potential to go to $100, $200, $300 a coin. You know, just like Maker, which would be massive gains. But I think when SNX makes its move, it's gonna make it quick. So, you know, even if you're not in, you know, it's definitely worth having some shares in your book if you know, you're just going to hold, if you're not going to take part in the CDP. Yeah. So in other news, BitTorrent, decent little bump up. We had a little rise. So not too bad. So if you're not in bankroll boost and parking your BTT, you know, that's where I am. I'm up to about 7.6 million boost. I ROI'd on my first set, my first initial 3.6 million or 4 million I put in there on the network fees, and I went ahead and threw in a couple more million. So yeah, that's going well. The contract is well over 200 million. On our way, I guess the next stop is 500 million. Now, I know there's some whales out there that are still holding out, and you know, we got Justin too. We're making that invitation to him to try to get in the game, throw some BTT in there. That would be awesome to support the project, since BTT is his baby. And on that note of BTT, we have the DLive migration, which has started. So Justin has bought DLive and is moving his way towards projects. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to possibly tip with BTT or what. I'd like to get on DLive. The only thing that kind of sucks is you can't upload videos until you're a partner. So, and then you have to have X number of subscribers to become a partner. So I might do a special video stream where it's a call to action, so I can bump up my subscriber level on DLive. You know, it's another great platform to support the Tron network, and you know, a backup to YouTube as well if problems or censorship ever becomes an issue. And you know, that is the reality. Is the only reason I'm putting effort into some of these backup channels like Steam, library. You know, if you're not on my library tip, you see it down below. I got library, I got Steam, I got 2 or 3 backups that are blockchain based to YouTube. Because, you know, let's say crypto moons tomorrow, they could completely censor it on YouTube, or the government could, you know, slap the ban hammer down and just shut down all of the content overnight to try to cut off people from, you know, and access to information. So yeah, I mean, there's not a lot. I don't have a ton of subscribers. So, you know, if you want to go over, please subscribe to my library and my Steam. You know, like I said, those are great backup spots for the videos. So yeah, so SNX filled the gap. BTT is bumping on bankroll. BTC hopefully filling this gap on the CME futures, up and not down. And what else is going on? BetFury divs are down to about 500 a day, so that's kind of fading out. So that ended up being a really good move. You know, I probably made a solid 50 to 80k TRX on that over time, but we'll see if that ever hits a floor. I still have my BFG. Just gonna hold on to it. There were some people that were auctioning it off, but I decided I'm just gonna hold on to it and see if it gets you know, a second pump at some case. I'm kind of regretting not mining over Christmas when they were running all the sales, but you know, nothing I can do about it now. I'm just riding it down. So yeah, but with that being said, hope you have a great Monday. Do great things today. If you like this content, please be kind and subscribe and hit that like button. This is Cryptoslo. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking